What up, peoples? Alfre YAYEGO. Remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, discrimination sucks. I've experienced discrimination a couple of times in my life, but the very first time that I really felt it, I remember that day very vividly. Cause you know what they say, you never forget your first time. Huh? I moved to the Netherlands to go to college, and as a student in the Netherlands, there's a very special card that you get that you can use to travel with public transportation anywhere in the Netherlands for free. You just gotta ask for it, and then they'll send it to your nearest post office, and you just gotta pick it up. Simple. So, of course I asked for this card. If you've been watching the videos on my channel, you know that I used to live in a place that I couldn't pronounce at all when I moved to the Netherlands called Diemen. And to be honest, when I moved to the Netherlands, I didn't even know where this place was. And I guess the people that sent out those cards didn't know where Diemen was either. Cause Diemen is like in the middle of the Netherlands near Amsterdam, and my card got sent to Groningen, which is in the far north of the Netherlands. I know someone who missed some geography lessons. But I still had to get my card. So, me and a friend hopped on a train and we were off to Groningen. After 3 long hours, we finally arrived in Groningen. We were off to the nearest bus station because we still had to take the bus to get to the post office. It was very early, so the bus stop was full of students going to school. After a couple of minutes, finally the bus came. And a couple of students that were standing in front of us started to get on the bus. But when I stood at the doors and it was finally my turn to step on the bus, all of a sudden, the doors closed in my face. I was so freaking surprised, I didn't know what to think in this moment. So I just looked at the bus driver and asked him to please open the doors. At first he just ignored me and didn't say anything back. So I asked him again, can you please open the bus doors so I can get in? I did it a little bit louder than that because I was starting to get frustrated. And also all the students that were standing behind me that had to get on the bus to go to school were starting to get frustrated too. So everybody started to get loud and scream at the bus driver to open up the freaking doors. When finally he stopped ignoring us and he said this directly to me: there is no more room for you on this bus. Yeah. I was speechless at this moment. For less than a second, that is. Cause me being the cool and calm person that I am, of course I started to beat on the bus door and scream at the bus driver to open the damn door and let us in. But no. The bus driver didn't open up those doors. And even though there was plenty of room on that bus, he just drove off and didn't let me on. This was the very first time that I really felt discrimination. I was so freaking angry in this moment. But I calmed down a little bit. And luckily the next bus didn't take so long to come. And the bus driver on this bus wasn't a total a-hole, and he let us on the bus. It was so hard, but wait, because it didn't stop there. Because the bus left us in the middle of the city and we still had to walk a little bit to get to the post office. This was good for me because I could get a little bit of fresh air and cool my head down and try to forget that bullshit that just happened to me, which deep down I knew I was never gonna forget. The city was very busy and full of people, and as we were walking, there was this older lady that was walking in front of us. As we were walking, there was this moment that this lady decided to look back, and with a very scared look on her face, she clutched her purse and crossed the street. When I saw this lady do this, I immediately thought, wow, this lady is really scared that someone is gonna come and snatch her bag right here in the mean streets of the suburbs of Northern Holland, in the middle of the city, in broad daylight, in a crowded shopping center that's full of happy families and children playing all around. What a scary place. Dumbass. So, when these thoughts crossed my mind and I saw this lady cross the street, I of course coincidentally decided to cross the street too. You know, to make sure that nothing bad happened to this lady. But then all of a sudden she looked back again and decided to cross the street again. So I thought, damn, this lady's smart. She's walking in a zigzag pattern as to confuse that thing that she's so scared of. I mean, you always gotta keep them guessing. Dumbass. So, of course, I decided to cross the street too. I mean, I started to get scared of this invisible thing too. But after a couple of seconds of walking, all of a sudden she just stopped and turned around and looked at me with a very frightened look on her face as I just kept walking past her in the same non-threatening way that I was walking around the whole time, in the same freaking non-threatening way that everybody else around her was walking. And I just looked at her and I told her, "Good afternoon, ma'am," and kept on walking. And if for some people I'm still being too subtle and you haven't caught on yet, this bus driver that closed the doors in my face, and this older lady that was zigzagging and clutching her bag like she played for the NFL and just caught a pass from Tom Brady to score the winning touchdown to win the Super Bowl, did all this just because I look a little bit tanner than them and they're jealous, and because they're racist. Yeah, dumbasses. But wait, there's more. Through this whole day, I really tried my best to stay calm, stay cool, and not go freaking crazy until we reached the post office, that is. See, there was this really long line, but I didn't mind it. All I thought was, finally, I can get my card, we can get on our train, we can go home. Done. But you know that with me, it's never that simple. As I stood in the line at the post office, there was this dude standing in front of me that all of a sudden decided to look back and looked me up and down with a really disgusted look on his face. Then he murmured something under his breath, turned around, and even though the line wasn't moving, he took a couple of steps forward. I mean, he was almost grinding on the person in front of him. I don't know what's that type of party. And again, to avoid any subtleties, he did this because he was judging me on the way that I look. This was the freaking last straw, my dude. I went freaking cuckoo. I started to cuss this dude out and I wanted to grab him by the freaking neck and introduce his face to my freaking foot. Yeah. But luckily my friend was there with me and he grabbed me and calmed me down, so I didn't do anything that I will regret later. I wasn't gonna regret it. Not one bit. I mean, it ain't my fault that all these people are just jealous of the way I look. I know I look good. I know I joke a lot and I always try to make light of a dark situation. Poor choice of words. But ain't nothing funny about these types of situations. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should be treated any differently just because of the way they look or because of where they're from. Everybody deserves respect. The same respect. Everybody should be treated equally. Discrimination sucks, so don't do it. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.